Dobro večer, Divine Pisces, 222. It is Monday, March 16th, 2020. I'm going to do an energy check-in for the Twin Flames today. See what we got going on. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so first card we've got out is love, and this to me is really kind of highlighting the whole aspect of this journey. The whole point of it is unconditional love, mainly unconditional love for yourself, of course, but also to remember that no matter what happens, you want to come at the situation with love, right? Otherwise, you kind of keep yourself stuck in a low vibration and you don't move. Once you kind of get into that negative thought pattern, it can be hard to break, you know? So that's why it's so important to bring love into every situation, even in situations where you feel wronged or betrayed or rejected, right? Because, and yeah, I mean, the temptation, obviously. Sexual energy definitely really, really strong right now, but this is almost pertaining to what I just said here. Like, there is a temptation to want to project negativity onto somebody who's harmed you or hurt you or you know, wronged you in some way, right? And I actually touched on this yesterday about karma, and you want to bring love into those situations and forgiveness. Okay, but I actually find this interesting too, because I feel 5D communication, not just between the counterparts right now, very strong, but also with source. And I definitely feel that, like, some of you are being encouraged to stand strong in this and to forgive some really hard situations to forgive, right? But as I always say, it's a lot easier to forgive somebody else once you forgive yourself. Once you forgive your part in the karma, once you forgive your part in the cycle, you can forgive yourself for that. It's a lot easier to forgive the other person or the other people who may be involved, okay? Some of you have a soulmate coming in. Some of you may be feeling the soul connection really, really strong right now, okay? But some of you are still feeling kind of trapped. Now, some of you are trapped in a soulmate connection. Some of you are still trapped in a karmic soulmate situation, okay? But it's really important to remember, again, not only to bring love and forgiveness into these situations, but to remember that you're keeping yourself trapped here, okay? If you're trapped in a karmic cycle, okay, best thing to do really is to energetically disconnect first. And once you do that, then the things start falling away, right? You kind of get the ball rolling, so to speak, when you disconnect energetically. Stop giving energy to the situation, right? Stop emotionally investing in the situation. Because all that you're doing when you keep yourself energetically invested is you're keeping yourself trapped in that cycle, right? And so if you disconnect energetically, inside out work, right? If you disconnect energetically, you'll be able to disconnect physically, okay? So Divine Masculine right now, yeah, Divine Masculine's still not in their truth right now. Still in some really codependent situations, right? Financially, yes. Some of them, you know, trapped in some soulmate situations, absolutely still. Dealing with the karma there, wrapping up some karmic cycles, paying back karmic debt, that sort of thing. But a lot of them are still not quite in their truth yet. It's like they're refusing to see that the situation that they're in is still not fulfilling. It's like they know, but they're not. Energetically, they know, but it's like they're not making any movement, obviously, okay? Like, physically. Some of them are trying to. Some of them are just disconnecting from it. Some of them are, you know, engaging in, like, self-medication, addictive behavior, drinking, partying, that sort of thing, to kind of basically stop thinking about it, right? They're just kind of going through the motions right now, but a lot of them, they're understanding that they're feeling fairly disappointed. Like, a lot of them are feeling really disappointed in some of the situations that they're in. There seems to be disappointment around them quite a bit right now. And I mean, some of them are still just not, actually this came out upside down, I'm sorry. Some of them are just not acknowledging their feelings here, and they're very emotionally unstable, especially with the karmic cycle that they're in right now. And it just keeps, you know, going round and round and round and round. And some of them are going through Kundalini awakenings right now too. But some of them know that they have wronged somebody, and it could be Divine Feminine, and they need to apologize, but it's like they're refusing to do so. They're refusing to acknowledge their feelings at all, period. They feel like out of sight, out of mind right now. Right? And it may be for the best at this time, you know, because they do need to focus on wrapping up the cycle. They do need to focus on manifesting the ending of the cycle, right? The ending of the cycle, also manifesting their abundance so they can stand on their own 2 feet, so they don't have to be in a codependent situation. A lot of them are very triggered right now. I would say I'm feeling a lot of, I know I said emotionally unstable, like emotional distress. I'm getting like maybe lashing out. And Divine Feminine, you may be feeling this energetically. You may be feeling this like maybe random bouts of anger, depression, anxiety, fear. You know, because Divine Masculine's feeling stuck. Feeling stuck. You know, what the entrapment card here, right? Feeling stuck. But a lot of them are just, they're in their heads right now. Some of them are trying to figure out how to get out of their situation, without making waves. They don't want to hurt somebody else. But again, they're holding themselves back because they're afraid of what other people think. Okay? So, conversely, we have Divine Feminine. We have Divine Feminine with the Magician is the first card that comes out instead of the last one. Divine Feminine is manifesting like crazy. Divine Feminine is like back in manifestation mode. You know, trying to get out of the codependent cycle that she's in, understanding she doesn't want to be stuck anymore. You know, she doesn't want to be taken advantage of. She doesn't want to be coerced into staying in a situation that no longer serves her. And so she's taking a stand here. I do feel a lot of Divine Feminines leaving some really codependent situations right now, at least energetically disconnecting if they can't leave physically for whatever reason, right? And also embracing the Kundalini awakening. I do feel some Divine Feminines are maybe going through Kundalini awakening if you haven't fully gone through that yet. You know, and that is part of this movement, this whole, I feel like a lot of Divine Feminines have had some serious epiphanies recently, you know, about their happiness and where they're at with it, right? Some of you have become really self-sufficient, I do feel, but there's still some codependency somewhere, and it may not have to do with finances. Some of you are definitely being pushed to acknowledge some deception around you. Maybe acknowledge some deception within yourself. Maybe some deception that you're creating for somebody else. Maybe if you're still in like a karmic relationship or something like that, you're still kind of wearing a mask in that situation, right? To make it look pretty, you know, but inside you're like, I don't want to be here. You know, this is codependent. I don't want this. And I'm manifesting my way out, right? So Divine Feminine, kind of in the same energy as Divine Masculine, but actually I feel, you know, trying to do something about it here. Because I do feel, yeah, there's a lot of deception around Divine Feminine right now. So both counterparts have the King of Swords in reverse. Okay? So a lot of deception around Divine Feminine. So again, maybe you're still in a karmic situation. It doesn't even have to be a relationship. Just like a karmic situation. Okay? It could be a job. It could be, you know, a family, whatever. And you're still kind of putting on that mask. You're still kind of going through the motions, you know, putting on that happy face, smiling and nodding, right? But all the while knowing it's It's toxic where you are, right? And wanting to release that toxicity, but it's like Divine Feminine's kind of, again, juggling, going back and forth. So counterparts mirroring, always, right? Counterparts mirroring. But yeah, Divine Feminine, some of you are still in deception. Now, some of you are just in some really, really mentally and emotionally manipulative situations where you feel like you have to put on a mask, like you have to pretend that everything's okay because maybe you're afraid of what somebody's going to think of you. Maybe you're afraid of, if you're in a karmic relationship or, in a job or something like that, that you're worried what maybe your partner or your boss is going to think of you, that sort of thing. So it's, again, both counterparts mirroring right now, kind of holding themselves back. But Divine Feminine definitely knows she does not want to be in that situation. It's like she's just kind of holding on to it for a minute. I'm still hanging on the edge of that, being halfway down the cliff. Going, I know I don't want to be here forever, I don't like sitting in limbo. I need movement. But some of you might be afraid of what Divine Masculine thinks or what Divine Masculine's doing and not doing. Again, need to get out of that mindset. That's a codependency. Okay. Oh, look at that. Hanged Man in reverse for the connection. So for the connection, yeah, both counterparts not wanting to be stuck. Energetically not wanting to be stuck, but still hiding emotions. Again, putting on that mask, right? Putting up the shield, putting up that guard, trying to prevent yourself from getting further and further into emotional distress, right? But all the while, still not speaking your truth fully. Knowing your truth, not speaking your truth, okay? And again, this could be in a karmic situation, could be with your counterpart, okay? But yeah, I mean, that new beginning for some reason is feeling stalled for some of you. It's like it was going for a little bit and then it stopped. And some of you are not really quite sure why, but again, I'm telling you, there's still a lot of deception happening right now. There's a lot of masks that are on right now, okay? So need to evaluate that. And if you're not sure what it is, maybe there's something that you're missing, maybe you're not fully being honest with yourself, just in general. Maybe not fully wearing a mask. Maybe you're not wearing a mask to other people. Maybe you're wearing a mask to yourself. Maybe you're trying to fool yourself that you're happy in a situation that you're not. Some of you might be weighing your options. You're like, well, I'm comfortable here. Okay? I'm comfortable here. I don't want to move, right? If I leave, there's going to be heartbreak. But there's still some heartache energy coming in here. There's heartache energy coming in here. Because the codependency is really, really strong and it needs to end. And some of you are sorry about that. Some of you are sorry that this needs to end. Maybe some of you are being manipulated by another person that, if you were to leave, that something bad would happen. Maybe this person's threatening you, or maybe you truly just feel bad for this person, right? But at the same time, you cannot let what somebody else thinks or says or whatever keep you from fulfilling yourself. A lot of you are in situations that are just not fulfilling at all, right? And so by staying in this energy, by staying in this low vibrational energy because of whatever is happening in this situation, again, you're resisting transformation. You're not in your truth, right? You're resisting the end of a cycle here so that you can be reborn. You can emerge transformed, right? So some of you are actually, you may not think you are, but because of this, you're actually resisting moving forward to the next stage of your journey. Okay? It's keeping you stuck. All right. Well, that was fast. So messages from the counterparts. Yeah. So again, love, bringing love into the situation. Yep. Still confusion energy in there. Yeah, 5D communication, very strong. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, there are days I say that to myself. I'm like, I can't take this anymore. And then I'm like, why am I still here? You know, it's like, I don't want to be stuck anymore. All right, messages and advice from source. Yeah, again, okay, so this is something. This message has come up a couple of times now in different cards, but it's the same message, guys. Okay, things are coming to a close, so just release it. Release the control. Let it end so that you can move on. Okay, stop keeping yourself stuck because nothing's gonna come of the situation that you're in. It's just not. It's just not. Let it go. Release it. Release it. Okay? Some of you, of course, it would skip right at the end of the video. Anyway, but some of you still haven't stepped into mission yet. But again, this is kind of reiterating what I just said about holding yourself back because of what other people think of you. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Move forward. Work through your fears. Okay? Look at the bigger picture. Work through your fears. Look at the bigger picture. You are needed. You are needed. You need to move. Okay? So, and I feel like I'm beating a dead horse at this point. But, like I always say, I need to take my own advice. Right? Alright, guys. I hope this has helped. If it has, please like, share, subscribe. And again, just a reminder, my in-depth readings are on sale through the end of Pisces season. DivinePisces222.com/shop. And then check out the forum, DivinePisces222.com/forum. And also, I linked the information for the 4/11 event in Chicago being hosted by Jupiter 1111. I'm going to be there, so definitely check it out. A couple other readers, a lot of other readers, actually, as far as I know, are going to be there. So I'm pretty sure Divine Unisouls is going to be there. Soul Mission is going. So definitely check it out, guys. It's going to be super fun. And I guess that's it. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Bye-bye.